Hey there, Tiffany here with some quick pro tips from DPP Travel. And today we're talking about tipping when you travel internationally. This is one of the most common questions we get from clients. And honestly, it's one of those small things that can cause big stress if you're not prepared. So let's walk through it together. Let's start with, what do you tip with? We always recommend tipping in local currency whenever possible. I know the US dollar is strong, and a lot of tour guides or vendors may say, "Oh, it's fine, we accept dollars." But what they're really doing is being polite, because when they receive a US dollar, they still have to go exchange it. That means losing money on the conversion and adding an extra step for them. So if you really want to reward great service, tipping in their currency makes a much bigger impact. It's money they can use immediately, no strings attached. If you can, avoid airport ATMs. The exchange rates are usually terrible. Some local banks here in the US can get you foreign currency ahead of time, but not all, so just check in advance. Once you're at your destination, we recommend grabbing small bills or coins at a reliable ATM or currency exchange. So how much should you tip? This depends on where you are and who you're tipping. Let's take Europe, for example. In most of Europe, wait staff are paid a living wage. Unlike here in the US, where tipping is essential to their income, in Europe it's more of a thank you for exceptional service, not an expectation. So instead of 20 to 25%, you're usually looking at around 10%, maybe 15% if they really went above and beyond. Also, big tip here, if they bring out the card machine to settle your bill, you might notice there's no prompt to add a tip. That's normal. But if you want to leave something, just leave a few coins or bills on the table in local currency. Because even if tipping is included on a card machine, that money often doesn't go directly to your server. And always check the bill. Sometimes gratuity or service charge is already included. Look for words like servicio or service on the receipt. If it's there, no need to add extra unless you want to. Who else should you be tipping? You'll want to have small cash handy for bellhops for helping with luggage, concierges, especially if they go above and beyond, private drivers and transfer services, tour guides, and don't forget the drivers. People usually remember the guide, but not the person who drove them up the mountain or through winding roads in Costa Rica. That driver might have saved your life, literally. When we book your trip, we'll let you know if gratuities are already included, especially for transfers. Personally, I like to include tips for inbound transfers up front, so it's one less thing for you to worry about when you arrive. Last pro tip, know your exchange rate and watch those coins. In Europe and the UK especially, coins can be very valuable. It's easy to accidentally tip the equivalent of $50 in coins if you're not careful. So just keep an eye on the denominations. Hope this helps. If you've got your own favorite tipping tips, drop them in the comments. And if you're heading out soon, don't stress. We'll help you feel prepped and ready to go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time with more pro tips from DPP Travel.